So I was preparing dinner just now. I still am, actually. And I thought of something that you should know. One of which, this is totally off topic, I was just moving that over. One of which, if you have a Christmas tree that you don't really know what to do with anymore, and you're a creative, artsy kind of person, put it by your workstation and hang things on it that you make. Such as, I make bracelets and jewelry, and I'm learning how to do different things. But this is one of the things I used to do a lot. And you can take them, and instead of making, a mess somewhere, you just hang them on the tree. They sell them at a dollar store for like $10 or whatever, or, the cheap Family Dollar type stuff, and they're just metallic trees to hang things on. Well, you can class it up. So when somebody wants to buy something you made, or if you're just getting ready to ship it out or anything like that, you just come by, pick it up, pack it up, and send it off. That aside, my darlings, look at how cute that's growing. Anyway, I wanted to tell you really quick about channeling. Do you know that everybody channels? Everybody does it. And I was standing there just making a salad, and I attempted to, I was making a video for you guys actually on how to make a basic salad again. And I stopped it in between because I had the strangest knowing all of a sudden. Everybody channels. And the reason why I was even thinking about this is because I was watching a channeler, and she was saying how she gets tired when she channels, or she gets really kind of loopy. And I do not believe that she is actually channeling anything other than her subconscious. Because everybody channels, and when you're channeling, you begin it with your thoughts. Your thoughts tune in like a satellite. You're putting I'm saying like a lot. Your thoughts are the search engine for the universe. You think something, you send it out, the universe brings you the answer, which is a minor form of channeling. You are gathering information from the cosmos. And it's tiring. It's tiring when you aren't connected to the cosmos. And you're doing it constantly. Or those days where you're working so much and you're constantly in thought analyzing left and right and what to do and how to do it. You're in a process of channeling when you do that. You're gathering information from external sources, which are being reflected in your external world through your internal world. So before you watch channelers and before you bring any kind of exhaustion upon your being, make certain that you're connected to who you really are. That way, one of the infinite personalities that is within you, based on the chemical and bacterial composition of what you're eating and what you're doing and feeling, you have a different personality at that point. You can research this yourself. And if you're not careful, you can and will channel entities and other beings and hear telepathic information from other beings, thinking that it's thoughts in your head that you're thinking, or that it's messages they're sending, when it could just be Betty's, thoughts down the street, and you're picking up on it because you're casting a wide net. That's not the case when you are grounded within yourself and the earth. Your chakra system, your actual chakra system, not the fake overlay. your meridians, your energy system, it's all functioning. Your body is healthy and there are no blockages. That means there is no illness in your body. That means nothing hurts and nothing feels uncomfortable. The energy within you is moving freely as if you are a house that is blank and empty and the air can flow through it with all the windows open. If you fill that house with a bunch of furniture and you turn on all the lights and you close the windows or open them and then you just play all these games, you're not channeling anything other than your subconscious or an entity that matches the frequency of what you're experiencing. Which means sharing that information with other people, you could really be doing damage to them. And I'm not certain if you've seen channelers after they channel information and then after a few weeks they look exhausted, tired, their life gets messy. And they're like, oh, I'm going through a dark night of the soul. That's not how this works. If you're channeling beings, rest assured, you're going to be dealing with more than you can handle, except when your body is a pure vessel. And I don't mean to be possessed. I mean, you are on the same vibratory match as the highest frequency, angelic, fae, or, extraterrestrials, interdimensionals, inner earth beings, parallel reality beings, the ones of the highest vibration and light. You must match that vibration in order to get the information from there. If you're just going to sit there and meditate for a few minutes and then think you're going to get there, you're going to get a faker. You're going to get someone exactly like you faking it and just making it happen for those few minutes. And then you're getting the information from their subconscious. You may as well just turn on YouTube or the TV and go to Home Shopping Network and just scroll through the ads. I know this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, and I do not apologize. I would rather you be pissed off and do things the correct way for the benefit of your soul and the benefit of everyone around you so that they're not suffering because of the bad advice you're giving, but also to teach you the difference between actual channeling and search engine results that your brain is giving you. Because today I've been really tired. I've done a lot of thinking, and not about anything specific, about everything. And then it just kind of dawned on me. All of the questions I've been having would have been answered a lot easier if I would match the vibration of somebody that has the answer. Because I'm constantly channeling anyway. I'm constantly in the in-between. So I make use of it. But today, with all the remedial home tasks that I had to do, from laundry to vacuuming and dishes, like all of the basic human necessity life things, right? And in between all of it, your conscious mind kind of goes loopy, and you go on autopilot. And I noticed how it was almost as if I could see everyone that was channeling at the same time. And they were in stages. There were the ones who were basically being the Pop-Tart channelers, communicating back and forth and suddenly, like on cell phones, and suddenly they get something profound to say. The ones who sit on YouTube and they go into this trance-like state, or they go through all this ritualistic stuff just to get their mind clear and silent, which only lasts for like 3 seconds. And then they're giving you all this like BS of, whole love and light and just goody gumdrops. Like, no, that's not it. You can't go from who you were to attracting that being. And if you attracted a being that was of true love and true light, it wouldn't coddle you. When somebody loves you unconditionally, they're not going to coddle you. They'll be gentle in some way. But when you're communicating in that way to ask for truth, the truth is never comfortable. It doesn't leave you feeling good. It leaves you feeling with a sense of knowing and remembrance. So be very careful about, gotta get back to that kitchen and check on the stuff. Oh, look. Cute, huh? No, don't burn. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Thank you. Okay. Now, please be careful. There are a lot of phonies. You know when a snake is about to, in order for a snake to eat its prey, it poisons it and paralyzes it. When a spider is eating the blood out of its victim, like, it paralyzes it. The thing is still alive, it just doesn't feel the pain. It's in the state of sleep paralysis, which is a horrifying feeling. But some predators have managed to learn how to make that paralysis state feel good to you, to charm you, to enthrall you in this feeling of, oh, it's all love, it's all light, it's all good, it's fine, just sit there and let me just channel through you and I'll tell you everything you want to know and we'll help everybody. And you're looking at the person and you can see the fear in their body language, their nerves, the tiny muscles. Your face has so many muscles. Have you ever paid attention and taught yourself how to read a face? Or how to do, like, read hand gestures, hand mudras, the way people blink? Be careful. A lot of these people aren't even like, wolves in sheep clothing. No, they're flat out snakes that are just, and not the wise serpents, no. The ones that really are just going to come and get you. Like a wasp or a hornet, whichever one is the a-hole that will get you regardless of what you do or don't do. Sharks, basically. Doing rituals, doing magic of any kind, whether good or bad, brings up powerful energy. Powerful energy. The area where you create a magical working, the area where you sit and you do your affirmations, the area where I sit and do tarot readings, oracle readings, where you sit and read a book and you're, thinking the words in your mind, like silently reading them. You're reading them to yourself, but externally you're silent. Internally, your mind is emitting the vibrations of each word, which means you're sending them out like an antenna, a satellite, a broadcaster. And things become attracted to it. Reading a scary book usually gives you the heebie-jeebies for hours afterwards, or watching a scary movie, because the entire time you're sitting there, you're thinking something terrifying. You're feeling scared, you're attracting that to you. And these people who are channeling and don't have the stillness mastered, they're not really channeling for you. They're having a communication with their subconscious, and their subconscious is like someone else is communicating with them, and then they have to decipher through their clairaudience. Supposedly it's called clairaudience to them. To me, it's an entity talking to you in your head. Clairaudience to me is a completely different thing than what I've seen described online. And they think that it's information being channeled, when it's not. It's your own programming, your own subconscious, the collective consciousness, entities, thought forms, residual vibrations, residual energies in an area that haven't been removed or cleared out. And then your own inability to focus Because if you're truly channeling, and some of the people that truly channel, like, you really know they're doing it. Because there is nothing that comes out of them that is it's almost as if the human version of them goes away. Like Abraham Hicks. Have you ever watched those? And I don't even dare call them channelings. When Bashar does his channelings, even Cryon, I was very impressed with those three, just to name those three. But there are some others who are just flat out like, do you really think anyone's buying that? Be careful, you guys. In order to truly channel, your mind must go blank. You cannot have information coming into you and through you when your mind is chattering and analyzing everything being said. Channeling has nothing to do with the words in your head. They must be translated through the heart space. You must allow divinity, source, for you to be plugged in. You must allow yourself to be plugged in to your core, which is not being centered in the mind, but centered in the heart. And then the sound, the voice, the energy, the knowing comes through the heart, down into the root, into the ground, filters by universal energies, comes back up through the back like your energy is supposed to move, up through the mind, and out through the mouth. It must come through the heart. You don't go from top to bottom. That is the false way of doing it. Energy, just like in Taoist traditions and Chinese medicine, goes from the root, all of this, up, around the back, through the spine, up the spine, to the brain, to the pineal, for all forms of cleansing, everything else that the pineal does. I don't want to get into all of this. Video is already almost 20 minutes. And then it's released. Okay? So if some teeny bopper is sitting there telling you she or he is channeling, make certain that up here has nothing to do with their channeling. Nothing. Because it's basically like you're talking to them on speaker while they're talking to 5 other people on speaker. They have the TV on, the radio's on, they're playing, a computer game, and they have 5 kids at their feet. And the dog barking and the cat barking, the fish are jumping out of the fish bowl. And for some reason, there's a pony outside in the window. And this person's telling you, oh, it's all love and light, and you're loved, and the archangels are here to love you, and so is here, and it's all okay. No, it's not all okay. It is not okay. You are not okay. Whomever you are not okay right now. You, your family, your life, your surroundings, the world you're living in, your job, your clothing, the way you live, the way you exist isn't okay. It is not in harmony with existence itself. If it was, you wouldn't be on planet Earth learning how to be a human fending for itself in society. If you were truly in harmony with reality, with your own existence, with your heartbeat, you simply wouldn't. I don't know how else to word it to you. It's kind of like a millionaire doesn't bother going to the dollar store. A married person with a family and kids doesn't really bother to go add, apps to their phone. Most people that have friends in real life don't really deal with social media or, apps that like chit-chat apps. They're too busy hanging out in real life doing real life things. And your life isn't okay right now. Because you're not really happy. If you were happy, you'd be living the life that you claim is your dream life. So whatever you're doing in life, kudos to you for getting as far as you have. But now, step it up. Don't allow your body, your mind, your energy, and those around you to dictate that your life is okay. They will pacify you into compliance. They will pacify you into the herd. You will be another homogenized, sweet little Bessie, black and white cow walking down, the conveyor belt. Just because you think that that's how you're supposed to live. 9 to 5, work, this, that. If it's not that, it's living on a farm, doing permaculture. If it's not that, it's living on an island, being rich, being whatever. No, it's none of those things. If you were butt crack naked in the woods, could you survive? And this has nothing to do with prepping. This has everything to do with making certain your human body is capable. If you were butt crack naked in the woods, would you survive one night? No. How do you expect to build a foundation when your human body is incapable of surviving in a forest for one day? You came from the forest. If you've gotten that far away from the forest, how are you even assuming that the people you watch that are channeling are giving you accurate information when you yourself are so far from accuracy within yourself that you have forgotten what it's like to eat a fruit off a tree that you grew? People aren't okay. They're really not okay. They drink their problems away, they eat the rest away, they fuck the rest out sideways. They dance the night away, they just avoid everything, and then when they can't take it anymore, they call a friend, and then that friend's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be supportive to you and just tell you it's all okay, which is completely poisonous. What I'm telling you is because I really unconditionally love every single one of you, and I don't care if you hate me, I don't care what you think of me. I care that you get a mirror held up to your soul that is clean. Not one that has stickers all over it, or memes, or WhatsApps and social this and media that. Like, I don't give a fuck. You are worthy of having your own best, beautiful life. And in order to do that, you need to stop being pacified and coddled. Archangels aren't nice beings. They're not. They're really not. Angels are not nice beings. If they were, they would not have supposedly, quote unquote, rebelled against their creator, would they? They have an opinion. They have choice. They can do things without being under the law of freedom, free will. They can do whatever they want, which means they can lie to you for their own benefit. They can laugh, they can cry, they can be turned on by the daughters of mankind. Remember that? Did you just hear that? Turn the car around to the other side. They can choose to do whatever it is. They can choose to turn you around the other way just for a laugh. They can steer you in a completely different direction. Are you communicating or talking to people who are channeling fallen angels? Angels of the highest light and that unconditionally love you? Or the angels from the demiurge, the archons? Or the angels from fairy tale books? Which made-up entity that has been fueled by the collective consciousness thought energy are you channeling through other people? Because the Archangel Michael, I know, sure the fudge isn't going to sit there telling you, he loves you. He sure isn't going to say he hates you either. He's pretty much not going to say anything except getting the job done. You have to be more aware of your ability to discern. In order to do this, you must have the ability to quiet your mind. In order to quiet your mind, you must learn how to harness energy. In order to harness energy, you must heal your body. In order to heal your body, you must remove the death from your diet. If it died to feed you, you will die eating it. It's that simple. Cause and effect, law of attraction. You eat death, you will become death. These people that drink and smoke and eat meat and sit there flipping cards, be careful of them. It was said in every scripture, be careful of the company you keep. Also the saying, birds of a feather flock together. Someone can't go from grinning 5,000 times, 5 miles apart from ear to ear, and then suddenly go into this stoic state, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm channeling. No, you're not. No, you're not. And I can tell you that they're not, because I can see the energy around them. Most of the people aren't even people. And you would know this if you would research yourself on what the parables of the wheat and the tare are. Tare. Also the NPCs, the soulless ones, and the children of a lesser god, or the children of a different god, and whatever the words are. There's people without souls, okay? And most of them pretend to have them, and then they pretend to channel. They're just empty seeders. Like most of the time when you're going out and you see a bunch of people walking down the street that are just completely gone and zonked out. They're not real people. They're just construct, non-playable characters. Research this. This isn't something I'm making up. This is the reality we've all co-created together. And some of us, like me, who have had over 50, 60, 70, I've lost count, near-death experiences since the time I was born, we can see through the other side. We can go there and come back easily, because we've kind of broken the system in that way for us. We go and come back, we go and come back, and every time we do, we're told to bring something back with us. And this time, while I was sitting here just making dinner and cleaning the dishes, I heard my actual guides, who aren't very love and light and gumdrops, and they didn't use words, and I didn't hear them with my ears. I heard them with my heart. I felt my heart as if my great-grandmother touched my heart, and just the feeling of someone telling you, you know better, why aren't you telling them? You know better. If you know better, they should know better too. Tell them. So here I am telling you. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful what you're putting in your mind. I was testing this for myself a few days ago about what to listen to and what not to, just to make certain, again, like, I'm at the frequency I'm in and I'm checking things, and I listened to some really, really ghetto songs. Really ghetto. Somebody's like, run, Forrest, run. You can do it. I listened to some really harsh lyric songs, okay? And throughout the span of 3 days, I've met 2 people who told me that they've done so many terrible things, and really, like, the things that I was told, I feel bad. Like, I feel like I'm an accomplice for knowing what happened, and this stuff was like years ago. What you think about, what you listen to, you attract it to you. So if these demons and entities and, thought forms are sitting there on YouTube possessing somebody through them because, hey, they match the vibration, You drink some liquor, you go to the liquor store to buy a bottle of wine, or you go to Jewel and there's some disincarnate entity floating around there because they like how, Casablanca Sauvignon something or other crushed grapes looks like or tastes like. Some alcoholic spirit who's still there and remembers what it's like attaches itself to that wine bottle, which is called spirits for a reason. And then you go home and drink it, and as soon as you drink it, that liquid goes into you and that entity goes with the liquid. And then your inhibitions go away. And then you're like, oh, I feel better. It's not you that feels better. It's your body that feels lighter, because the thought waves and thought energy of your heaviness and your low vibration are diminished, because a more powerful vibration and energy from an entity who misses being alive enters your body and uses your body. Which is why usually when you drink, you do stupid whorish things, and then the next day you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I did all these things. I haven't drank in 15 years. I think I've had one sip of wine, or one glass of wine, like 7-8 years ago. And the only other wine I've had was from a monastery in Arkansas. A vineyard built on hallowed sacred ground where they grew blueberries, strawberries, and cherries, and they made the most delicious wine. And it was owned by a family, and the cash register lady was their grandmother. It was amazing. You could taste like the juice of heaven out of that place, which is completely different than going to the corner gas station and getting a 6-pack or some shit. Or chomping into the side of a cow and you're like, this is the most delicious burger. Yeah, that used to be the cow's ass. And I'm glad you like it. But if you sit down and channel right now, you're channeling that cow along with you. Go for it. Wait, what did you say? Moo? Love and moonlight? Be careful, everybody. The world at large, and the lyrics of a song in the Child of Light soundtrack. It's called Off to Sleep. There's a line that says, the world is darker than it seems. So please be aware that the darker things seem and the darker things get, actually the darker things get, the brighter they seem. The darker they seem, the brighter they're getting. You're in a reverse binary world. So if you think you're doing good, you're not, because you're doing good in a construct. If you were doing really good, you would be connected to nature, living off the, getting out of the world, basically, being in the world, but not of it. And society has its places, of course, plumbing, electricity, heat, yeah, grocery store, it's fantastic. But you can easily grow your own food, connect with nature, talk to your community, go to your village hall and be like, hey, I would really appreciate it if we can start a petition to put a mini garden at the, in the corners of each blocks, or in the middle of the streets, like how they usually put trees in the middle of the streets to separate them. Or, make a petition to every few blocks there's a little piece of land somewhere instead of a parking lot where you grow food, where you have a community garden. Build some greenery on top of your roof. Put it on your patio. Grow some ivy on your walls, outside and inside. Create a habitat for nature. Human being was created first to be in harmony and to be the keeper, the gatekeeper, the groundskeeper of planet Earth. You cannot channel information from divinity if you are that disconnected from what you were meant to be. Yes, you can live in an apartment and still be connected to the earth. You can live in a mansion and still do it. You can have your own freaking castle and do it. Heck, go be a trillionaire, buy your own multiple islands, grow your own, build your own. They're doing it in the Mideast. Did you know they're building an island over there with resorts on it? Money brings happiness. The lack of money is the root of all evil. So please, before you go and listen to any other channeler, take what they say with a grain of salt. Because most of the time, everybody can relate to what they're saying. It's pure, simple psychology. This is why everybody has a certain personality type, which is usually confused, and it changes every time you take the test, usually, or every other time. We can all categorize ourselves, or we can go back to the basics and live a simple life and have simple needs and wants, but allow ourselves to receive luxury and opulence from divinity. You don't have to work hard to have a good life. You simply have to be a hard worker towards your own evolution. Not how hard you work at a job, how hard you work at yourself. Truly, you shouldn't be tired of your channeling. You should be more energized. You shouldn't be exhausted after doing tarot card readings. You should be more energized. And I apologize if I can't say some words. I bit my tongue the other day. I was eating a gummy bear. That's what I get. And no, it was vegan. Thank you very much. I don't want no boiled cow's feet in my gelatin. You should not be tired after you do spiritual work, because you're connecting to divinity. If you're tired, you're not connecting to divinity. Now, doing 20 readings in a day, yeah, it can tire you out. Not because you're draining your energy, but because your system can't handle that much light going through it. It's like having a circuit board and you're constantly pushing electricity through it. You're gonna blow a fuse. Which is why you gotta reconnect with the earth, ground your energy, drink water, exercise, practice Tai Chi. Get a cat. The purr of a cat has a certain frequency that does something amazing to humans and their bones. Get a dog. The unconditional love of a dog is priceless. They teach you how to be a better human. Get a goldfish. Get some fish and put them in a pot, in a little, bowl. They're beautiful and they're relaxing and they remind you of where you came from, the water, the oceans, the endless cosmic mother goddess living pool of water that is everything. And there isn't just a father god or a mother god, it's everything. There's no gender to it. If God has a gender, it is not God. It is a entity or a higher dimensional being, which is pretty much like you. If you're matching that vibration to know a God, you're pretty much a God yourself. The true source that everyone came from is a neutral energy stream. It's very easy. And if you channel, you tune into that neutral energy stream and you get any information you want. So if you sit there thinking about an apple pie for like 10 minutes, you're pretty much, you know how to make that apple pie, whether you consciously know it or not. But if you eat a giant burger and then you're like, I want an apple pie, and then you think about it, you may as well just go YouTube it, because if you keep thinking, you're sending out a signal to attract something back to you. And that signal, being tarnished with meat or, decay within you, will bring back a shark. Okay, my loves? So please be careful. I wish you truly the best for you and your journey. And I'm only making this video because I really care about you, every single one of you. I want you to be strong, powerful, independent, yet united beings. Truly, I really desire to see all of you be your best, to have the entire internet be full of gods and goddesses. Really. To have the world be a world of Christed beings, of gods, goddesses, angels, or, of a real heaven. But first you must start where you are. Tend to your own garden. And that garden is your body. It's your heart and your mind. What are you planting in your mind? What are you planting in your gut? What are you doing with your sexual energy? What are you doing with your words and your ears and your hands? And if you see other people channeling and doing things and you assume that they're doing them wrong, wish them well, bless them internally, and leave it be. They will find their enlightenment, their path, their methods, and everything will work out for them. It is not your place to go and annoy people with regurgitated information that you didn't gain on your own because you don't really know the ins and outs of it. This information is for you, and if you're a channeler watching this, which most human beings are, then I ask you humbly and deeply, please practice the single eye. Practice going into the stillness. And above all, practice how to be at peace within your body to where no part of you is hurt or diseased. If you're channeling and you have a backache, you are not getting the information properly. If you're channeling and your teeth are if you have an active infection in your teeth, your energy system is actively battling that infection. You don't have the excess energy to go and send your consciousness into the cosmos and draw another being into your body. That other being isn't going to want to be in your body or to give you information because your body is damaged. I hope this makes sense to you because it makes very clear, simple sense to me. You must take care of your body. Absolutely 100% very number one important. If your body's in pain, take care of it. If something hurts, take care of it. If there's something that you're unhappy with, learn to love yourself. Accept yourself. Stretch your legs, stretch your back, stretch your arms, stand up straight. Smile. It doesn't matter doesn't matter how many candles or incenses you light. It doesn't matter how many mantras you recite, and it doesn't matter how many different... It doesn't matter. What matters is what you feel in your own body. Okay? Take care of yourself. If you see someone else struggling, advise them gently to take care of themselves, to nourish the body, to comfort the body, to wrap yourself in fine fabrics, whether it's cotton or silk or whatever, or satin. Just put yourself and take care of yourself. Take some Epsom salt baths. Drink lemon water each day. Drink some herbal tea. If you're going to drink coffee, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Bless it. You don't have to say a blessing to it. Just visualize a cup of coffee in gold light. If you're going to eat meat, bless the meat. Thank that animal for giving its life to you so that you can live. So that when you're eating that meat, there is no fear energy in it. It's gratitude energy. If you see people struggling, help them. If you're struggling, ask for help. But before you do either, make certain that you are not being lazy. Usually when a body is failing in some way, it's because it's lazy. One of the Taoist people in the, excuse my ignorance, a Taoist master says that when the body doesn't work for you, it's being lazy. Your body is supposed to work hard for you. That's what he said. Your body is supposed to work hard for you. And if it isn't working hard for you, there's an energetic block, which means the meridians can't get the energy to that certain body part, which is why you get aches and pains, and then disease forms. Disease only ever forms through the heart. Take care of the heart, take care of your energy, and the rest of it will flow freely. Okay, I'm gonna go and have my dinner and take care of my body and stretch my legs and listen to some good music without lyrics and probably talk to my plants. Somebody has to. You know they can hear you, right? Research that as well. They can hear you, they can feel, they can see, just not the way you can. We're all a family here. And if you truly believe that everything is God and God is everything, then God is also this table. And apparently that music box. Nope. Anyway. Take care of yourself. Please. That way the rest of us don't have to remind you to take care of yourself, and we can move this planet further along. Instead of constantly stopping to pick each other up. Build your strength so that you can pick yourself up when you fall. You fall to rock bottom, build your empire from there. You're gonna raise, reach for the heights. Make sure you can actually reach without getting a cramp. You want to eat something? Thank your teeth for being able to chew the food. Your neck for being able to swallow. Your stomach for digesting it. Your stove for cooking it. The people in the store for providing it. The farmers for growing it. Okay? And before you do any channeling or any form of divination, make certain your body is okay. Your body is your best friend. It was the first friend you had when you entered this world, and it'll be the last friend you have when you leave this world. Whether you die or you transition to another dimension is up to you. But it's your best friend. Your body is your best friend. It is the only being to never ever have betrayed you. It might get lazy, but that's only because you're not guiding it. Which is what old age is. Boredom. Old age is boredom. That your body's bored, so it decays. The energy isn't flowing freely. It's not going to the heart. You don't have the passion for life, and you waste sexual energy. So you're weighed down by thought energy, which completely just drags your body down. So, my dears, all will be well, but all is not well. Do not pacify yourself. And in the grand scheme of things, all is well. In the greatest tapestry of life, everything's okay and all is good and everything's perfect as it should be. But right here in the human world where you and I exist and we're doing this thing in this multiverse and we're, chugging along, things are not okay. People think terrible thoughts about politicians and each other. People live in fear. People make choices based in fear and ignorance. And then they claim that they're enlightened. While their backs hurt, they pop medications. They go and get massages. And they're like, oh, this and that. I'm like, no. Your body is your responsibility, not someone else's. First and foremost, make certain you can take care of your body before you allow another person to touch it. Your body is your temple. treat it that way. No temple has a revolving door on it, and if it does, turn the other way. Your body is sacred. If you worship anything, worship the divinity, that the perfection that the infinite creator, source itself, used with the earth mother and everything else and the golden ratio to create this microcosm within you. Stop poisoning yourself. Take care of yourself. Give yourself a good night. Give yourself a good night every night. Wake up smiling. Wake up happy. I don't care if the person you wake up to is a pillow, a dog, a cat, a chihuahua. I don't care. I don't count chihuahuas as dogs. They're too small. They're like a crossbreed between cats and mice. Don't tell the chihuahuas. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm probably gonna have to re-warm up my food again. I don't really want to. Ugh. I'm gonna get a puppy. I will. I absolutely will. Thank you, universe. Anyway, take care of yourselves, please. And more readings will be up in a few days. If you want to book any personal stuff, just email me. My email is on the About page of the channel. It's basically eveofsophia@hotmail.com. Yeah, I'm here to help. And I would really appreciate being able to help you, actually. Because I have way too much information. Way too much. Information being light. Jeez, that sounds bad. I can help you, okay? Anyway, I love you unconditionally. I accept you and forgive you unconditionally. I may not like you sometimes, but I love you nonetheless. Go take care of your body. Look at yourself in the mirror, give yourself a kiss, hold yourself, wrap yourself in a blanket, eat that ice cream, and go out for a walk. Okay? Bye.